All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. We got a bunch of NBA games on today's slate. It is Sunday. Yeah, we got a little bit different of a setup. Hopefully it's not too echoey, but hopefully you can bear with me, guys, as we get into these picks. We're going to do what we always do. We'll jump into each and every game. I'll give you what I'm thinking. We'll talk about the game, but my final plays, if you guys want to ride with me, if you want to fade me, my final plays will be in the pinned comment. Yesterday, we go 1-1. We had the Lakers covering against the Kings, but we also had the under in that game. That under did not pan out. I think there was like 486 points scored in that game, so we did not have that one. We split. We went 1-1 yesterday, but yeah, on today's slate, we do have 9 NBA games. Guys, use hashtag ride of the day. We haven't done one this weekend. Use hashtag ride of the day in the comments, and I'll be jumping on board with one person's play in the comments, guys. Give me an absolute lock, a winner, and you guys will get a shout out in the next video. And hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. We're away from the house right now, so obviously that's why we had a car video, and now this video with this kind of makeshift setup. I wish you guys could see kind of what I got Jerry rigged over here, but hope you guys do enjoy. Let's jump into the first game. We have the Pistons taking on the 76ers here. Pistons at home, 6-point underdogs in this game. As we know, the Sixers had some injuries to deal with last game, most notably including Joel Embiid. He is still out with that foot injury for Detroit. Marvin Bagley looks like he is out as well, and Jalen Duren, who's been a massive piece for them, is questionable tonight. The Sixers aren't trending in the best direction. 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. Detroit kind of in that same vein, 3-7 in their last 10 against the spread. But the Sixers, I do trust a little bit more in this one. They are coming off of a loss to Chicago. Even without Joel Embiid, I have a feeling this could be a kind of a get-right spot for them. So I'm going to lean the Sixers here, minus the points. I'm going to watch this line. I wish this was like 4.5 without Embiid. It's 6. So I'm going to keep an eye on this line, but we're going to lean the Sixers. I'm also going to lean the over ever so slightly. I don't think that over has a chance of being a final play, though. Moving on, we got the Raptors hosting the Blazers. Raptors, who are 18-21 against the spread on the season, hosting the Blazers, 22-16 against the spread. The Raptors are 3-point favorites at home, total 226.5 here. These two teams yet to play this season. In their last 10 games here, the Raptors are 4-6 against the spread. They've been god-awful at home. 1-5 in their last 6 games against the spread at home here. I do think that this is a manageable number for the home team. So if anyone were to disagree with this in the comments, I don't think that I would totally, get into a back and forth over that. But I am going to lean the Blazers here plus the points. No major injuries to note for them. Yusuf Nurkic is probable here. Same thing with Gary Payton Jr. And then Toronto, no major injuries there. Portland's coming off of 2 straight losses to Minnesota and Indiana. 2 teams who I feel like they could have beat. Toronto has lost a bunch in a row here. Lost 3 straight. Indiana, Milwaukee, and the I don't have it in my notes. I'm escaping the last team. Just a couple nights ago, they lost as well. So I'm trusting a Portland team that hasn't been playing that well, but I'm kind of fading the Raptors at home more so. So we're going to lean Portland here. In terms of a total, I don't mind the under in this one. 226.5. Again, same like the game we talked about previously. I don't think that becomes a final play, though. All right, we got the Charlotte Hornets traveling to the Pacers here. Pacers 5-point favorites at home. Total way up there to 39.5. In their last 10, this Pacers team 8-2 against the spread. A lot different than the Charlotte 4-5-1 against the spread. Where I'll give Charlotte credit, 3-2-1 against the spread on the road. But they're playing a Pacers team that has absolutely been playing some good basketball at home here. When at home, they are 5-1 in their last 6 games against the spread. They're 5-1 straight up as a record as well. Looks like Gordon Hayward is going to miss this game for the Charlotte Hornets. Indiana, Jalen Smith is questionable. So is Benedict Mathurin. I know Mathurin. I messed up that name. He's been on fire this year, especially to start the year. But Indiana is going to be my play in this game. 5 points seems like it's totally doable for them. I don't think Charlotte totally has what it takes on the road. You know that we like to take these Charlotte numbers when they have huge numbers, and that's been working out for us. Not so much today. I like this Indiana number, -5 here. And then in terms of a total, I am going to look at the under just because that is such a high total. Guys, before we jump into the rest of the games, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm over on TikTok posting prize picks plays. That's where we're doing the majority of our prize picks or our player props betting as of late. So make sure to check us out on TikTok. That link will be in the description. It's just Ev Singleton if you guys want to find me, or F Guy Boston. You can find it over there. But yeah, having a blast over on TikTok. If you're part of both communities, the YouTube and the TikTok, I thank you guys so much. Having a blast kind of introducing that into the fold. All right, let's get back on track here. We got the Heat taking on the Nets. Heat 3.5-point dogs at home. This Nets team on a great run here. They did drop one to Chicago. What was that, like 4 days ago or so, but got that win back against New Orleans, 108 to 102. We were on the right side of that one. I think they've won like 12 of 13 or 13 of 14 recently. They're 9-3 against the spread. Until further notice, I am just going to kind of ride with this Brooklyn team. No major injuries. Miami's injury report is crazy long. Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, both questionable here. Dwayne Dedmon's probable. Udonis Haslem, as if that matters, questionable. They have a lineup's worth of injuries. So I think this is a good spot for Brooklyn. They are on the road, but I don't really care much about them being on the road as of right now. They're playing really, really good basketball. So we're going to lean Brooklyn in this one. I'm also going to take a peek at the under when it comes to the total. Memphis hosting the Jazz here. Memphis 7.5-point favorites at home. Total 235.5. These two teams, last time they played was Halloween, and Utah actually won the game 121 to 105. If I'm not mistaken, I think we were on the wrong side of that one. A couple days before that, too, Utah won that game as well as a closer game. But in their last 10 games, Memphis team's playing pretty good. 6-4 against spread. They're 2-1 at home in their last 3. Utah been on the opposite sort of slide here. 4-6 against spread. I think this is a revenge game for Memphis. Do I wish this is a lower number? Obviously, but I am going to lean Memphis here minus the 7.5 points. In terms of injuries here, John Morant's questionable. Steven Adams questionable. Obviously, make sure before you lock in anything with this team that John Morant specifically is playing. But if he is a go, that line would tell me that he's probably going to play. If he is a play, then I'm going to be rolling with the Grizzlies there. All right, we got the Thunder taking on the Mavericks. Thunder, 3.5-point favorites at home, total 227.5. And you think, okay, why are the Thunder favorites? Well, Luka Doncic is questionable. It's a possible rest day, which kind of tells me that he's not going to play. Why would you be like, oh, he could possibly be resting, right? So I'm going to lean towards, in terms of making this prediction, I'm going to lean towards Luka being out, and I think I like the Thunder in this one. If Luka is a no-go, I think that's a pretty decent line. I don't like the Thunder as favorites. I've said that before, but if Luka's a no-go, I think that all of a sudden now that the power changes and the Thunder have the best player in the game, so I'm going to lean the Thunder here minus 3.5 points. Total 227.5. In terms of a total, I guess that I lean the over because, you know, without Luka, I think pace of play, and this is not backed by numbers, just kind of in my notes here, I think pace of play can actually go up at times. I haven't done the splits as to when he is and off, so I could be totally wrong there, but just from gut reaction eye test, I do think that, you know, without the pace of play, this could be sloppier, or without Luka, the pace of play could be higher and it could be sloppier, so I'm going to lean that way. All right, a couple games left on the slate. We have the Houston Rockets taking on the Timberwolves. I really don't have much of a play in this game. I'm going to lean Timberwolves -2, but I think this is going to be an absolute slop fest out there. I just don't totally love this game. But Minnesota seems like they could be turning it around. 4-2 in the last 6 games against the spread, so I'm going to lean Minnesota. Yeah, this would be like a psycho alert if I had a true play in this game. If you guys have a garbage game play, let me know in the comments. All right, Phoenix hosting the Cavs here. Cavs on the road, 4.5-point favorites. Total is 214. Love the over right away. Last time these two teams played was a couple nights ago, 90 to 88. So I'm thinking, I'm like the contrarian in me is like, oh yeah, the numbers say clear under. I think that you go from a 90 to 88 game to all of a sudden like a 115 to 120 game or something like that. So I do like the over in this one. Cleveland, honestly, not playing that well in the last 7 games against spread. 1-5-1 here, but it's not like Phoenix is playing that well either. So I'm going to trust the team that I just think has been a bit better, and I'm going to go with Cleveland. But just in terms of injuries and what they have here, like Darius Garland questionable tonight. Don't totally love that. Phoenix, no Devin Booker. Chris Paul is now questionable. I think there's a lot of question marks in this game that probably prevents it from being a final play, if I'm being completely honest. The only thing that I do, like I said, would be the over. LA hosting the Hawks is our last game on the board here. 3.5-point favorites. The Clippers are 234 is the total here. The Hawks on the road. You know we don't really love them on the road here, guys. We call them the Atlanta Pigeons on the road. This season, when they are on the road, they are, what is their record here? I had it up, 7-13, both straight up and against the spread in their last 10, or their last 5 of their last 10 games. 5 of them have been road games, 2-3 against the spread on the road. We're going to lean the Clippers here. They got embarrassed that night, what was it, a couple nights ago against the Nuggets, and they come out and didn't beat the Timberwolves. This team has to be hungry. Paul George is listed on the injury report. He's on and off that, so, you know, we're hoping he plays tonight if this does become a final play, but if he's a no-go, then we're probably going to skip this game. But I don't trust the Hawks on the road, and I think this Clippers team has to come out pretty fired up, so we're going to lean that way. And that is going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. Hope you guys do enjoy. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.